In today's video, we're going to be going over some tips and tricks that will allow you to drop higher kill games on Rebirth Island. Now, if you are subscribed, some of this is going to be a review for you. As I always say though, every game, every situation is different. If you're not subscribed, well, you've got a little bit of catching up to do, so take a second, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Now, starting off here, you don't have to land hot. Usually, I like to land at Control, Grandma's, Prison, get into the action immediately. But you can land at Harbor, you can land at Chem. Just be aware of other people flying in with you. You obviously see the 21 Savage skin right there. I'm going to turn off procs chat real quick just because I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't like people dropping F-bombs in my videos, so I go ahead and turn off procs chat. But more importantly, we're going to pay attention to these weapon pings, guys. Make sure you're paying attention to weapon pings on the map when you hear shooting. We also notice these guys over this way. But more importantly, we got to worry about these guys right now because they are in the vicinity. And most importantly, we're going to be fighting for this buy station. Now, when I think about what is our early game strategy, very simple. We either need to get loadout quickly or get kills quickly. One of those two things. We want to get off to a good start early. 20 kill pacing, which is what we're looking for. I think anyone can drop a 20 kill game on Rebirth, is 4 kills in the first, 4 kills in the second, 6 kills in the third, 6 kills in endgame. So whether I get those 4 kills with floor loot or I get loadout and then go get that 4 kills, it doesn't matter. We just need to get off to that good start. Right here, we're just going to push back into Harbor here based on the information that we have. Notice I'm playing a little bit careful here. If you're unsure of how many enemies it is or where exactly they are, slow down, play a little bit of positioning, see if you can find somebody here, here, before going to buy station here to buy your SMG. SMG first, okay? Because we're going to be fighting in close quarters. Now, as I push up, we see enemy number 1, enemy number 2, so I'm going to quick buy my SMG here, and then we're going to immediately jump spot up to the roof, start to play positioning just a little bit here. Notice those guys right there. We're going to push inside, and what do we notice here? First thing that you need to notice is 2 teams, okay? So when I get this first kill right here, somebody is shooting at that Black Noir skin. Immediately take note of that, right? We want to take note of the fact that this guy right here is shooting at this guy right here, at which point I know that I need to get out and reposition. Now, when we talk about Rebirth Island, guys, a lot of fighting within buildings, right? A lot of fighting in these close quarters situations. But watch close quarters positioning right here. Notice where I'm challenging from, right? You can always challenge from just outside the building where, hey, we're going to see this enemy right here. If this guy comes around the corner and shoots me, I can use this wall right here as my cover, okay? I can easily break that line of sight and start to finesse. You're going to see that right here. I'm going to play patient. I shoot a little bit early there. I know he's going to re-challenge. I take a little bit of damage. I'm not in a good spot. So what do? We break the line of sight and we start to finesse here, right? Let's go ahead and retreat. Let's try to reset this fight just a little bit. We're going to push across. I hear this guy chasing. Now, always remember, people play predictable. What is this guy going to do right here? What would you do in this situation? Probably chase me, right? So we're going to catch this guy chasing. Pretty easy right there. Immediately, what do we notice? Look at the mini-map right here. Now, again, beginner's guide here. This is not something that I'm thinking about during the game. I don't go through these 3 questions as I'm playing the game, but here's what you want to pay attention to on the mini-map. Number 1 is going to be how many enemies, okay? How many enemies are alive, okay? Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? You got to pay attention to that. Number 2, where are they? Okay. What level are they on? What building are they on? Are you in immediate danger? Number 3, the most important. We're going to stick this puppy in green right here. We are going to go, where are they moving to? Okay. If this guy is moving towards me, I've got to be very aware that he's pushing versus if he's moving away from me. So watch the mini-map ping. Okay. I want to take a second here, then get this kill. And then I want you to look at the mini-map ping in particular. Get the down. Watch it right here. Okay. Look at the mini-map. Eyes go to the mini-map immediately here as I'm getting the thirst. Notice which way he is. He's on my level, straight across. I know he's not pushing me, but then I can hear him pushing just a little bit. We're going to go ahead, challenge this guy. We hit shots with the WSP9, and now we know we get that squad wipe. We're okay to make our next move. Now, from here, we always want to be progressing forward, okay? Now, the number 1 priority, guys, is always going to be loadout. Yes, I will fight with floor loot if I have to. But number 1 is going to be loadout, and number 2 is going to be kills, okay? That is the goal until we get to endgame, at which point it shifts, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But we always want to be doing one of these 2 things. If you don't have loadout, figure out how you're going to get it. Buying it, buying guns, buy a metric scanner. Once you have loadout, whether it's yours or an enemy's or whatever it may be, then we start to go for kills and we start to really push here. Now, what do you notice right here? Look at the mini map, okay? We see some shooting over at Nova 6. use that audio, guys. I get that footstep audio isn't great, but we can hear people shooting, even on console. So I'm going to work my way that way. Why? We're going to work our way into the action. Do I know what's over here? No. How many teams are over here? I have no idea. How many enemies are over there? I still have no idea, but we're going to work our way this direction, try to get ourselves in the action, and then figure it out from there. I don't need a PDS this early. Why? I want the portable radar, okay? I'm throwing a lot at you guys, but make sure you guys watch this back if you need to. You can always watch it a second time. I've got the portable radar, which is going to give me information, okay? Information gives me control, okay? The more information that I have, the easier the decision that I can make. Watch this right here. We're going to work our way up top. We're going to throw portable radar down. Now, what do we notice? 3 guys down below me over to the right side. Now, UAVs ping every 3 seconds. Portable radars ping every 1.5 to 2. Go back to the 3 questions. How many enemies are alive? Where are they in relation to you? Where are they moving to? So at this moment right here, I've got a full team up here that I need to be in mind. Keep in mind because, hey, they can third-party me, and I know that I have a full team here in factory. Watch which way they're moving to. Now, when it comes to decisions, guys, by the way, 2 teams up here. 4 pings. I'm playing trios, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 teams up there and 1 team down below here. I've got a lot of people around me. I'm in the action. But most importantly, watch my decision based on these guys right here. Always look for the solo player. How do you prevent teams from stacking? Number 1, you execute, you don't give them a chance. Number 2, you act on information and you push the solo player. Got 1 guy back here. Watch which way he's moving to. Watch him. Watch the minimap. Notice he flipped above. He just took the zip above me, okay? So now what do? We either are going to push 1, we're either going to push 2, or we're going to push 3. Which guy? Doesn't really matter. If you want to go push the guy on the roof, go push the guy on the roof. If you want to go push the guy that's down low in basement here to the right side, go push him. I'm going to push this guy right here, okay? We're just going to wait for him. Dead. Watch the minimap, okay? Immediately. 1 down below, 1 up above. I get shot in the back. I don't even know who that is. What are we going to do? We're just going to start finessing, okay? Keep moving. Keep breaking lines of sight. Watch how I cut these angles off. I still have no idea who this guy is. I'm going to be honest with you. Still have no idea. But what are we going to do? Break the line of sight. Break the line of sight. What are we going to do? Break the line of sight. We're going to break it this way too. Now, we start plating. Watch this. Centering in anticipation, but most importantly, what do I always say? People play predictable. If you're not subscribed already, guys, I don't know what you're doing. Must mean you don't want to actually get better at Rebirth Island. Now, why do I do that? Because people play predictable. Ready? He's chasing me, right? I know he's going to chase me. So what do? I anticipate around the corner. I catch him in the tack sprint. I'm full plates. Right here is my window because he's in a tack sprint. We're going to hip fire a little bit there to track. That guy ends up going down, and I use the smoke to my advantage. Now, on Rebirth Island, if you see if you see Shrouded perk go down, which is when they go down and there's smoke, means one of 2 things. Either they have Shrouded, or what's more than likely the case is they have Specialist, okay? Not many people run Shrouded. There is a Shrouded perk on the ground in the floor loot, but more than likely what that means is they have Specialist. So as soon as I see this smoke go down, I'm checking for Specialist every single time. Gonna grab the cash. There is Specialist right there. But in this case, guys, this is a beginner's guide, so I wanted to play this game without Specialist. Gonna be totally up front. I saw it there. I thought about it, and I said, you know what? This video is for a beginner's guide. Let's play this as if we don't have every single perk in the game, which is just a massive, massive, massive advantage. Let's go ahead and see what we can find. We have no information except for people up at Grandma's house. 1 guy right here. Get a little bit lucky. What do you notice? Biggest thing right here, guys. Hip fire, hip fire, hip fire. Watch the hip fire right here. Just commit to it. Commit to it in close quarters. This is not a hip fire static build. This is a max mobility build right here. But I still have the ability to execute with my hip fire. Then I ADS. He's already broken. I get the down. I get the thirst. Eyes go to the minimap. What do you notice? 1 above, 1 down below. These guys are split. This is a 1v1 fight, right? One of these guys is going to be a 1v1 fight. Now he's on my level, so I got to be careful. Watch the switch. Again, 3 questions. How many enemies are alive? Where are they in relation to you? Where are they moving to? Watch this guy who's above me. He's above, he's above, he's above. He's on my level. Boom. Now I know that I need to finesse a little bit because I can get pinched. If this guy pushes up the stairs back behind me and this guy on my level right here pushes straight ahead, I'm in a really bad spot. So we start to move, but I'm always thinking about the re-engage, right? Let's go figure out how we can re-engage these enemies. Notice the slide cancel through. We're able to easily get that kill based on a little bit of audio. Last guy is down below. Once again, I'm going to start working this direction here. Always working towards my next fight. Center around the corner. That guy's not very good. Doesn't matter. We're able to easily get that kill. But most importantly, always working towards the next fight. Okay? So I'm going to get this kill right here. Downed. Thirsted. I check it. I know he's down below me. There's only one level down below. So we're going to quick plate and we're right back in here around the corner. Centering isn't perfect. Doesn't have to be. All we have to do is a simple adjustment right there. We're able to get that kill. We're already up to 8 kills here in the first. Reminder, by the way, if you are subscribed, I always say this, 4 in the first, 4 in the second. So we've created a nice little window. If something happens here and we start to die or, you know, end up in the blender, hey, we're still on good 20 pace. Now, this is trios, which means it dies out pretty quick. We got to be very, very smart here. One guy around the corner. People play predictable. Good night. See ya. Nice little re-challenge there. Information. Where do you notice right here? Biggest thing that I notice. How many enemies are alive? Where are they in relation to you? Where are they moving to? Watch the mini-map. Boom. Watch it. Ready? Both guys above. But what do you notice? Right there. This guy's on my level now. Okay? So this guy's above. This guy's on my level, which means I know I have 2 pushing me. Let's go ahead and quick reload, and then we're going to get to a spot where we can challenge from. Look at this angle right here, playing a little bit of positioning because it's 2 enemies. If you're unsure of how many enemies it is, or you know for a fact that it's multiple enemies, you've got to play positioning. Slow down, play strategic, put yourself in a spot where you can find an angle to challenge from. Just playing patient here. Just trying to wait a little bit. Now we're going to reposition. Okay, let's go find a different angle. Get a little bit lucky with some information right there. We grab the portable radar and notice a bunch down below me here. Notice a bunch down below me, so we're just going to go ahead, figure out how we can challenge. Where are you? Trust in that high alert in close quarters, right? That's the biggest thing. Always trust in high alert in close quarters. Where are you? Still not chasing. I'm just watching the minimap info right here. I get caught a little bit. Now, what do we do from here? We see enemy number 2 right behind. You see enemy number 2 right here? No, you don't, because my camera's in the way. See enemy number 2 right there? We're immediately going to get out of this situation, okay? Break the line of sight. Now, as soon as we break the line of sight, we start to plate up. Why? That's going to give me a little bit more health. Unfortunately, I don't have quick fix, so notice this is a mistake right here. Learn from this. I go in with my base health being limited. Okay, so technically speaking right here, we have 150 in plates, okay? We have 150 in base health, except right now, I'm at about 150 in plates and about 5 in base health. So, big disadvantage right here. When it comes down to movement, guys, aim allows you to win gunfights. Movement allows you to take less damage and create windows. Watch the little bit of strafing right here. You can easily see it, guys. This game a lot of times comes down to aim, movement, positioning, and gameplay strategy. Those are always the things we focus on. But as I slow this down right here, watch this right here. You can literally see his laser. You can see his bullets missing to my left side. It's the only reason that I actually win that gunfight and get myself out of it. But what's the other thing that you notice right here? Always working towards our next fight. Let me flip camera off just so you guys can see this second enemy pushing, so you can see it out of the corner of your eye. See this second guy pushing up the stairs. That fight was ugly, but we're working towards our next fight. Pressure's on them to revive, so we're going to immediately work our way back down, and let's rock and roll here, guys. We are in second circle. We are zooming with 11 kills. Last guy is over to my left side here, but most importantly, what do we do from here? We should go buy a UAV. Why? Cash flow awareness. General rule of thumb right here, guys. After you get a kill and you have a little bit of time to breathe for a second, like in that case, I got a double kill, or when you're just looting up, if you get a big bag of cash, check that cash flow. Then from here, your question is, do I have loadout? If you have loadout, do you have information? If you don't have information, so we go loadout, right? Loadout from here, okay? If you have loadout, then what do? We go to info, okay? And the question is, do you have enough for a UAV? Okay? If we have enough for a UAV, go ahead and buy it. If you don't have enough for a UAV, check for portable radar, right? Check if you have 2,000. If you don't have enough for a portable radar, check weapon pings, okay? Or any other information that you can get, right? Any other information. We see, obviously, UAV up here, but if you don't have any weapon pings, then we push a hot area of the map, and then from there, we can get into prison, we can get into control, we can get into headquarters area, which is generally the hot area. There's your little flow chart here for finding people consistently and staying in control of fights. Okay, camera back on. We've got the UAV up. Biggest thing we notice is this one guy straight ahead of me. Now, when we talk about movement, guys, you don't have to be fancy, right? Basic movement here. I get caught off guard. I win this because of a strafe and a jump to the right side. It allows me to take a little bit less damage. He misses just a few bullets right here, and we're able to basically just barely win that gunfight. If I just try to shoot him, there's no way that we win that. But what do we notice right here? We notice 3 things on the minimap, 3 main things from this UAV that I want you to take note of as I'm trying to get up on top of the ledge. Number 1, solo player right here. Number 2, his teammate is probably right here. And number 3, all this action still up at controlling grandma's house, which means this team can absolutely try to third party if they want to and rotate down to a factory, which we got to keep in mind. But more importantly, I'm going to focus on taking my 2 1v1 fights that I have right here, specifically the one right inside. Now, trust that high alert. Again, high alert, important perk, guys. It really gives you that advantage of understanding when you are getting looked at and when you're in a potential third-party situation. This is a pretty easy kill right here until it's not, okay? So I want to really break down this fight, specifically the second half of it. When we talk about re-challenging, which is so important when it comes to playing against better players. As you're improving, you're going to go against better players. Re-challenging is something you're going to have to learn and have to master. I'm going to break it down here for you. Unfortunate situation right there with that guy getting revived. Now, as I go to get the nuke skin down, I'm getting shot from this guy straight ahead of me. We go with a very simple re-challenge right here. Few things that I want to highlight. Number 1, trusting that high alert again. I keep going back to this, right? We're going to trust that high alert. I set up the re-challenge by breaking the line of sight, right? So we see him right there behind my camera. We're going to flip off camera again. He's right behind the camera. We set up the re-challenge by breaking the line of sight. In this moment, he has no idea whether I'm going to challenge this way or whether I'm going to challenge this way, okay? So he's going to be guessing just a little bit. Now from here, it's a tack sprint, and we're going to slide out as far as possible. This creates the window. Okay, notice he's shooting this direction. I didn't wait for him to push me. We're going to push him. We're going to slide out really far, and as we get into Black Ops 6, we're going to be dolphin diving here. We're going to be obviously, jump sliding. We're going to be doing a lot of different things with omni movement, but for now, we're going to slide out as far as possible. He's going to be shooting to my right side because that's where I came from, but more importantly, when he goes to correct, he's going to overcorrect and miss shots to my left side. When you watch it full speed, what you're going to notice is this guy does not land a single bullet on me. Why? Because I'm pushing him and I'm putting the pressure on him. Even though I'm low plates, I'm putting the pressure on him. But more importantly, it's kind of because I have to. Kind of have no choice but to put the pressure on there because I'm never going to win a 1v1 fight where I'm just going to shoot at him when I'm down 150 health. That's really what I need to do right there is make up that 150 health window. Now, a bunch of people above me. This game from this point on gets a little bit tougher, okay? Pacing is going to slow down here a little bit. Remember, how many enemies are alive, where are they in relation to you, and where are they moving to? Watch these guys right here. A lot of times you're going to notice that before I push into a building or before I push a fight, I'm going to wait just a half second. Why? I want one more UAV ping, which then shows me that these guys are actually right above me, and I cannot take this ladder. Okay, so you see me a lot of times in my gameplays, I'll hesitate just a little bit, just another, to get one more UAV ping, which tells me, hey, I can't challenge that way. We're going to go up. We're going to push up the stairs. We're going to find a different angle. Such a big component of positioning, guys, at times is finding a different angle. Now, I see this guy right up top here through this little window, through this little gap. So what do? We're going to reposition again, okay? We got to find another angle to challenge from. And when teams are playing close together and they're playing as a squad, trust your high alert to the right side right there so I know he's potentially chasing. We're going to try to get him to play predictable and chase me. In this case, he doesn't. So what do? We find another angle. Now, when I get that high alert and that tells me he's inside the building, I go, hey, I might be able to take this rooftop. I might be able to steal the rooftop right here and play a little bit of positioning up top, at which point I can get it down, get a thirst, and start to finesse based on that information. The biggest thing right here, though, is execution. Right? Or lack thereof, right? So when we talk about stacking's part of the game, guys. I'm playing trios. It's a team-based game. I get it. It's frustrating, but I get it. When you miss an opportunity like I did right there, they're going to get closer together. Why? Because what would you do? What would you do if you were that enemy and just got shot? You'd probably tell your teammates that you just got shot, and they would come and be really close to you, and you guys would play together. So I'm just going to keep kind of working, keep trying to find different angles until I can get it down. Now, I get the down. Unfortunately, I can't get the thirst. I can't take that guy out of the fight. So now I've got to back up a little bit more. Now, once again, in this moment, you need to be thinking about one thing. We're on head glitch versus head glitch here. This fight right here is nearly impossible. But the bigger thing that I need to worry about is potentially, camera off again, I'm fighting this guy right here, but his teammate is potentially trying to flank around this right side. Okay, so I can't just worry about him. I've got to worry about this guy as well, who's potentially pushing that way. Do I know this that he's pushing? No, I don't know that he's pushing, but I've got to assume that he is, or else I'm just going to get shot in the side. So I don't like this fight. I'm just going to keep backing up. Okay, I'm going to keep backing up. I'm going to keep kind of working my way, see if I can find another angle here. You know, maybe re-engage, see if they overextend, and sure enough, what do you know? I finally get that chance where he overextends, and I can get that kill right there. Over to, you see they're split. One of them's close to me here, so we are going to challenge this guy, see if we can find him. He's still on that head glitch. I'm not going to worry about it. Now, in this moment, I start to hear these smokes getting thrown. I start to hear the smoke grenades go down, so I know that there's people over this direction here. We're just going to see what we can find here. Playing a little bit of positioning, playing a little bit patient. Yep, smoke trail. Guy shooting at him further back. Now, I'm going to try to take big living here. Okay, big living is power position within living quarters because I can see a lot of different angles. I've got good height up here. I've got a lot of cover inside of this building, so we're going to see what we can find. And once again, we're going to talk about the word execution. We're going to see these guys right here, but just again, don't get the down. And then he crosses over right in front of me. I didn't think he was going to do that, so I still can't get the down right here. Now, at this moment, what am I thinking? Okay, I haven't seen him push this way. I haven't seen him push up. I haven't seen him push this way. He could play this door, but I'm assuming that he's somewhere in this building somewhere. I just don't know where he is. Okay, so we're just going to keep kind of playing this direction, and then I'm going to try to bait him a little bit. Sometimes you can bait people, whether it's by shooting, whether it's by throwing a smoke, where I want him to think that I'm rotating and maybe over peek it just a little bit. Maybe I get a little bit of an angle that I can challenge him from because he thinks that I'm rotating that direction. What ends up happening here is I don't see him. I literally, for the life of me, could not tell you where these guys went. Like, if you asked me, Joe, $1 million, where did these guys go and how did they get there? I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. I'm just going to kind of keep worrying about them. I'm still worried about these guys. And at this point, I go, okay, let's go ahead. Let's slow down. Let's see where this circle pulls, and then we can start to play our end game. There's 4 teams left. Remember, I told you how that early game was important for us, especially in trios, because these lobbies can die out. You know, we're going to go ahead. We got off to a good start early. Now we've just got to clean up the 20. Biggest thing here is the fact that, hey, you know, there's buy stations in circle, which means people can buy their teammates back, which means we don't just have 10 enemies left. We do, but we're going to have more kill potential because people can buy back. We get saved by a UAV right there. Now, at this point, I pretty much know where everybody is. I think we're missing actually 1 team. I think there's 2 teams up the hill and 1 team on factory still. This team is still on top of factory. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to challenge them a little bit. We got 3 enemies above here. You know, obviously one of them is ghosted because he keeps popping off. And then I actually hear the metal rooftop. So I know the difference with audio. Audio's bad, guys. There's no denying it, okay? I know it's no secret that audio's bad. But the biggest thing you can do when it comes to audio is starting to have map knowledge of surfaces. So metal, a metal rooftop, a metal stairwell sounds different than carpet, which sounds different than wood. Okay, so understanding those surfaces, when I hear metal, like, I'm assuming that guy's on rooftop because it is that metal rooftop. I know it's not rocket science, guys, but start to use just that to your advantage because I know audio's not great. Now, look, at this moment, I said, guys, in the beginning, we focus on loadout, and then we focus on kills, and I drew that line, and I said end game. Now we're here where we slow down, we play a little bit of positioning. We start to use positioning to our advantage to be able to get more kills. We're in a 3v1 situation. Now we're going to wait for this next circle and see what we can find here. And we get the circle pull. So we got a really good circle pull right here. I know I'm going to play my positioning here. I hear a bunch over to my left side. So we're going to go ahead and get that down. And for anybody who wants to say bot lobby, if you're still here, I appreciate it. Watch the iridescent skin get slammed with just a little bit of basic movement. Just a little bit of strafing, a little bit of jumping right there. A little bit of hip fire with the static. We execute really well. We're able to win that gunfight. And now we go back to playing positioning. Endgame is all about fighting when you absolutely have to, but trying to put yourself in low-risk, high-reward situations. This is a low-risk, high-reward situation. You know what's a low-risk, high-reward situation? This guy having to rotate into me when he's outside a circle and he's sitting on the buy station buying his teammates back. So watch what I do here. If we can get to a good power position in cover, low-risk, high-reward situation, watch how easy this kill is. And a lot of you are going to be like, well, yeah, he's rotating. Guys, he has no choice. He has no choice. There's nothing that he can do there to survive that because I'm in a better position than he is. Now, a little bit of map knowledge here, guys. Understand your jump spots. These will come with time. You'll start to really learn these. But the biggest thing here is I'm going to go ahead and play my rooftop. Okay? We're going to go ahead and play a little bit of rooftop right here using the jump spot out this window. We can get up to the rooftop. Player positioning, we obviously see a buyback right there. And at this moment, I thought this was kill number 20. I was like, perfect. We'll wait for him. That'll be kill number 20, but he broke his leg. So now we go ahead, we get this guy with kill number 20. Now, the biggest thing to understand is that this is enemy number 1. This is enemy number 2, which means let's go ahead and challenge enemy number 3 immediately. Why? Because this is a 1v1 fight. Really bad spot to put that. It's a 1v1 fight. So let's go ahead and take that 1v1 fight head on. After we, I'm going to still worry about him. I'm going to take him out of the fight for kill number 20. And now we're going to worry about this. I think it's the iridescent skin back behind me, actually. We're going to go ahead and play my rooftop again. We're just going to finesse up top, play our high ground, and then jump across. But I just barely missed, so we got to keep moving and grooving. Okay, we're just going to keep finessing here. I know that there's the guy back behind me. I obviously now know that there's this full team of 3 to my right side that I got to worry about as well. Thankfully, we get the gas mask. Now, as I push up here, what do we notice right here? Always pay attention to how many teams and how many enemies. Wow, I could not have paused that at a better time. 1v3 situation. Now, I'm going to be honest, I didn't notice it until probably about right here. But I know I'm in a 1v3 situation. Look at my circle pull right here. There's really only one move that I can make here after challenging. I'm going to challenge. They're all looking right at me here, and I get lucky with a little bit of a smoke grenade. So we're going to use this smoke. My only play here is to get the buy station. I'm never going to be able to fight my way to them. They're all going to be looking at me here. Really bad spot. So we're just going to go ahead, throw the smoke, try to get the buy station here, at which point I can buy gas mask, buy myself some time. Unfortunately, can't make it, guys. That's just the nature of the circle pull. There's only so much that I can do at times in terms of clutching end games. There's only so much you can do at times in terms of clutching end games, because they were a full team of 3 in power position. They were already in circle, and there wasn't really a whole lot that I could have done there. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.